Hey guys, just a bit of an update. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but it's turned out pretty well. So what I've done is I've taken my technium and I've started to refurbish the rod. So I've removed all the eyes. Excuse my garage, it's very messy. It's organized chaos. So I've taken the eyes off. I'm going to redo those. That's pretty easy. Then the coating off. I've taken the coating off it with a blade and a light sandpaper. I put it in my lathe across here, and I've taken it all. It's all clean and ready for a respray. So what I've done is I'm doing a marble effect. So I've got a blue, a black, and a white. A blue, a black, and a white. All right. But now, they're quite pricey. So the trick is you can't just use any old spray paint. Alright, so I'm using the Rust-Oleum. It's a clear gloss. But all the base is the same. So you'll have some spray paints that are thinner based. And that's going to, obviously, when you spray this on, it's going to start causing bubbles and melting and all that type of stuff. There's a reaction that happens. So they've told me at Builders that Spray Mate and this will work fine together. So that's yet to be seen. So anyway, what I do is I spray it on. I'll do a bit of a video quickly and I'll show you exactly how I do it. And yeah, a video's worth 1,000 words too. Hold on.
Live a little, that is what they said when you turn around and left for good. But the taste is bitter, lonely in my bed, keep thinking about what we once had. It's true, but it's hard to get over such a beautiful lie. When I still want you closer, I am longing for closure, and I'm wondering why. No matter what I do, I keep on falling for you. I keep on falling for you.
Alright, so what it'll be, I'm going to do the rod, the following. I'm going to need to put some white paint gloss onto the rod. I don't have that, but I'm using that as a backing. And then what I'll do is, I've got, what is this? This is clear. I'm not going to use this clear, this is a cheap clear. I'm going to get the Rust-Oleum clear, it's a better polyurethane. This is just plain gloss black. I'll just give you a sample, what I'm going to do. Just throw a bit of black on there. I'm going to get some yellow as well. And then, as you can see, there's some yellow as well. I might even do a blue and a white one maybe. I don't know. Then for your patterning, you just do that. Then it gives it kind of a gloss, a nice pattern. You can go over again. So you can play with it as you like, you know. And that's the pattern, then I'll gloss over it. Can you see there? How's that for a cool pattern? Something original, eh? But it'll be more yellow in there, so it's more flamey. Pretty cool, eh? So once that dries, you put on the clear coat. Very lacquer, eh? What do you think? Pretty cool, eh? Nice. Alright. What do you think? Give me some advice. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I remove the eye and clean off the blank. Clean off the rod. I don't even put it in the lathe and sand it, and you can if you want, but most of you don't have a lathe, so remember you're doing this on a budget. I'm not a professional rod builder, so please, you do this at your own risk. I'll probably get a lot of criticisms. Anyway guys, let me just set myself up here and I'll show you what I did. Alright, so to remove the eyes, see there, what I do is I'll give it a cut over there, and then I'll cut on the side. There's a gap there between the rod and the eye. Let me just do it quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from where the angle. One-man camera is never good. There we go. Once you've scored it, and you don't want to cut into the rod, that you want to make sure that your blade covers the top of your rod. So you're going in that direction. You're not going down towards the rod. So then you just make sure that you're not snagging the rod. And then you can also start pulling from there. You need a nice sharp knife, carpentry knife. And then the rest is pretty easy. See, that's already coming loose. I'm going to do on the other side. Just give a bit of a score. See, it goes right under there. And then I cut on top. Can you see that? Very difficult for me to show you here, so I hope it's working. Alright, it's getting loose. Excuse me, I've got a cold and a flu and everything else. Don't cut towards your thumb like I'm doing. You're bound to slice yourself. Right, and that comes out pretty easily. That's going to be cleaned up. I'll soak it in a bit of vinegar, get rid of the rust, and that's good to go. I've already done my other two. I'm just showing you because I wasn't going to make a video of this, like I said, so now you're stuck with that guy. So all I do is, like the other, you just got to work very carefully, that's all. Very carefully. You do not want to be cutting into your rod. So slowly does it. Once you've opened it up, you can get your blade in there and start moving it around. And then it comes off pretty easy. See there? The epoxy comes off pretty easily. That's off already. And that's the other bit coming off now. Here's my son giving me coffee. Hey Craig, morning.
Morning. Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you. Alright, awesome. Nice hot cup of coffee. Hey gents. People, coffee's the way to go. Alright. So, if you've never done this before, I'm very much, I'll try anything once and take it from there. If you're a hands-on type of guy and you like pottering, you got an old rod you want to refurbish, look, I could have gone and bought new eyes, but of course everything in my life's on a budget. Alright, so you've got now your blank. There's a bit of roughness there. I'll just do that. Can you see that? Nothing more than that. That's just taking the top coat off over here. Then you can get some sandpaper if you want, but 100 grit, maybe even 80 to 100, and then a bit finer, and take the rest off. But I just use the blade to take the shine off, the coating, the gloss, and Oh, you can even do it upright like that with your blade perpendicular. But be very gentle, don't go crazy. You don't want to hurt the integrity of the rod, of course, because if you get one little cut in there or one little chip, you're going to have a problem. And you do it with each eye, of course. And then you want to mark beforehand. Take some photos and mark and see exactly, take the measurements where your eyes are sitting. Maybe you want to move them around, you can do that. So it's up to your imagination, whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's just to show you how I did it, because like I said, I wasn't going to do a video. And when I saw the result, let me get this up. Yeah, when I saw the result, I was super pleased, and I thought, no way, come on, it can't be. That is just amazing. That marbling with the coating. So I'm going to do the eyes over. I've got blue. Now this is Granny's cotton, right? Now this is gonna never use Granny's cotton. I thought of maybe using braid, but I'll do a couple of turns on this and make it neat. But I'm two minds about it. But I mean, this stuff is very strong once it's unity, strength, plus the epoxy. I don't think it's gonna go anyway. But of course, you know, if you get that big steamer and you start having eyes popping off your rod, I mean, geez, could you imagine? I wouldn't live that down. So what do I do? Do I go and buy? Look, here's the budget I've blown on, is on the spray paint. It's like 80 Rand a tin. So that's 80, 160, 240, plus 200 Rand, 240. That's 400 and something odd Rand. 8 times 3, 36, so 360. Or whatever, 24. My math sucks. Anyway, that's like 400 and something Rand I spent on spray paint. Excuse me. So yeah, that's why I'm crying this morning. Anyway, so yeah, my rod was and the thing is, I wasn't. Look, ideally, I would love to get myself a Loomis and Franklin, 14 foot, or if there's longer. A Loomis and Franklin, I love. That is my go-to rod. Not go-to rod. If I had the funds, I would do that. A Loomis and Franklin, sexy rod. Nice backbone. It suits me well. Now, when I broke my rod with my pendulum casting, what happened was I swung it's upside down. I swung the sinker out and I brought it back, and it passes the rod very slightly if you want to maximize your cast. And the one day I clipped, the sinker actually knocked the rod. So I suspect that's where I got the hairline fracture. And the one day I went to do, really punted. And that's when the rod said, today's enough is enough, that's it, snap. Man, this is a fantastic finish, guys. I can't get over this finish, eh? Wait, let's go to top coat. Anyway, you see the thicker part here? That's where it was repaired. But this is the middle section. So when I'm holding the rod, I'm holding below this section. I've actually got on my main rod an extra piece of wind grip on there, just to hold it further up. And this has improved, that strengthening there has improved my cast. This backbone on this rod is extremely stiff, and that's what I need to load the rod, because I've got a heavy hand. So anyway, yeah, so, and remember, I must do a tutorial, remind me. I must do a pendulum casting tutorial. I have a lot of what is this line? I dropped my phone earlier. Oh, it's not. I had a lot of requests to do a tutorial on the pendulum casting, which I don't mind doing. It's just the weather needs to clear up first. And, yeah, then I'll definitely do that. So yeah, all right. What else can I say? I'm going to still do the top coat on here, 2 or 3, and then we are good to go. I'm so happy with this result. All right, guys. I'll chat with you once we are done. All right. By the way, once you've got your your eyes on your rod, there's a lot of information on YouTube. You can go and have a look. You need to epoxy the actual braiding, what you're going to use, the cotton, and you need to get a clear epoxy. This stuff takes a long time to cure. But now, the reason I've got the lathe spinning like that, because this is very thick, and if you coat it on your rod and you leave it, it's going to drip and then dry with a drip. So you need to run the rod spinning for hours and hours until it tightens up. Yeah, and no air bubbles in your... Don't get air bubbles in here neither. You can take it out with a flame, but I'll show you all that later. Excuse me. Right, I've spoken enough. Back to the work. Right, into the lathe it goes. I don't need to turn the lathe or put it on. I'm just using it to actually turn the shaft itself, the rod itself. So what I do is I put on the black first. Get my glasses on quick so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, the black. All the way down to the end. Give it half a turn, quarter turn. That's the black. Here we go. One more. Here we go. Black is done. You've got to work quite fast because this is a quick drying. Then another half a turn because that paint is still wet. We do the blue. Lovely stuff. Beautiful. I'll try anything once, so I'm really hoping this will work out well. Blue's done. And now for the white. Alright. Nice even coat. Not too much, because remember you've got 3 layers on here. There we go. And I'm going to call that good. Here's where the magic happens. Here we go. Turn it again. Dab it to your liking. There we go. Couple of spots. You've got to work pretty quick. And that's how you marble it. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Alright, I'm happy with that. Right, let's take a... Mother fumes! Let's take a closer look. Let me turn this around. Alright. So here we go. Let's focus in. Come on, focus. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that stunning, eh? That is like super awesome. Blue, white and black marble finish. Very cool. I'm super happy. Whoops. Focus. Oh, it's overspray. Don't worry about that. This is all rubbish behind here. So, right, guys. So far, so good. Now to let it dry and then to put the top coat on. But I'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, I'll check in then with you guys and see how the progress is. Cool. All right. Good morning. So the paint has dried. I left it overnight. It's now about 7:30 in the morning. It's still a bit cold. So I've been shaking this up for the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to give it a top coat and then let it dry for about an hour and then another coat, depending on how it looks. But I'm sure 2 or 3 coats, maybe a 4th coat. And then, yeah, then once that's dry, I'm going to do the eyes. And take it from there, guys. So let's give this a go. This is probably childproof, isn't it? Alright. Here goes. That's that done. Alright, now for the big one. That's one. Two. Three. Last one. And that should cover it. Alright. I'm going to put the lathe on. I've got a little setup here that I've done. Let me turn this around. So I've got this wiper motor that I've got with the O-ring, so that's going to turn this and just keep it turning while it dries, just to give it even coat. So let me hook that up quickly and then I'll be back with you. Alright, there we go. Nice and slow. So let that cure. Let me get some light on here. Maybe we can see better here. There we go. That looks awesome. So I've still got the other 2 tips to do. And yeah. Alright guys, chat later. So what's the first thing you want to do? Put your finger on there and check. Do not do that. Trust the time. Leave it to dry. Suppose you could touch on the end here, hey? Anyway, yeah. So then what I'm going to do is, before I remove the tape, where the tape meets the rod, I'm going to take a blade and I'm just going to lightly score. Because once you tape, it prevents your paint from pulling off further than your line. Because when your paint is dry, it tends to pull away more than it needs to. So that's another little trick you must definitely pay attention to. Just run your blade where they meet, just to open it. You don't want to cut into your rod, obviously. Just a light score, and that should do it. But I'm very pleased. I've still got this and the tip to do as well, the middle piece and the tip, and then the eyes. Yeah. First top coat on, let it dry for a little bit, like a shiny. I'm going to do another 2 coats. Happy days. Right, I've set everything up, ready to rock and roll. Where we here? Number 1. this one quickly. Bada bing, bada boom. Right. Now just to hook up the motor, and then we can start rocking and rolling again. There we go. Right, let's take a look. Oh, this flue is terrible. Let's get the light. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Fantastico. Yeah, some MacGyver trick works, huh? Yeah, improvise, adapt, improvise, and overcome. Right, lovely. And now to do the tip. Alright, so I'm going to put the eyes on now, but I just want to give it a bit of a extra backup drying with a bit of a hair dryer. It's dry to the touch and everything, but ideally you want it to go overnight. But I think we're good. I wonder if I should do another coat. Let me have a closer look here. Let me check here. I don't want to go too thick. Yeah, I think another coat. Definitely. All right. I find using cotton, I have to double wrap it for strength, just in case, because as you know, you're not supposed to use cotton. But yeah, why not try something once? Let me tell you, the hardest part of this job so far is the putting on the eyes, the cotton work and the nylon work. So I've decided to go with the cotton. Alright, it's totally unconventional. So I've got it running from here. Alright, this is the master of MacGyver moves. Alright, all up and down and around for tension. Alright, and then it comes down to the bottom here. No, I removed it, sorry. It comes from the top down here. And then all I do is I secure it and then I turn and turn and turn. So anyway, that's the first attempt. I'm happy with that. With the epoxy over it, it should look pretty cool. I'm not a professional, but I'm happy with that. There's a couple of rough spots there that I should have actually taken down a bit more, but it's fine, it's not a problem. Yeah, and I'm going to do this side over here where this tapers down, and then I need to do the eyes. So yeah, so far so good. I'm pleased. Now let me show you how you tie your cotton off. Take a piece of strand, make a U, stick it under your last few wrappings, and then you just continue to wrap over the loop. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this now. It's going a lot quicker. So it's very rewarding, you know. It's you stand back and you look at what you've done. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's enough. All right, so keep the tension. Cut a piece of your cotton off, leave a tag end, and then this loop that you've got here on the side, you take your tag end and you stick it through there. Alright, plain and simple. Pull it straight, and then your tag end you pull through there. There's your tag end. And it's important to note that when you cut your cotton, the idea is to put your blade against the cotton and then pull on the cotton like that, and then pull your cotton off, and that's it. Alright, I'm happy with that. Oops, where's the camera now? There we go. I'm very happy with that. Double wrapped. So once the epoxy's on there as well, it's going to be good now for this side. Alright, busy with the stitching. Let it focus. Come on. Why doesn't it focus? Hold on. Come on. Focus in. There we go. That's where the repair was done. So I'm just tightening that up. Got my first eye on. So I'm still going to put the epoxy coating over this as well. So lekker, eh? It's double wrapped, so that's cool. Alright, so I've quickly ran out of the epoxy. I mean, there's not much in here, 25 mils. And that's 130 odd rand. Anyway, I had some super glue. It's not an epoxy, but it's I used it on one of my other rods years back, and it's not a smooth finish, not like epoxy, but it'll definitely do the trick. So back to my MacGyver moves. I need to fish on Sunday, so got to get this sorted. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Otherwise, yeah, I can't say I'm fully disappointed, but yeah, if you want to give it a shot, by all means. I'm just super stoked. I did the marbling very well. I'm very pleased about that. But anyway, it doesn't mean anything if the whole rod isn't exactly the way it should be up to scratch. But yeah, I'm happy. So yeah, I'll show you the end result as soon as this dries. And yeah, nice from far, but far from nice. I think that's the answer here. Morning, guys. All right. It's now day 3, and I'm putting on the epoxy, and it's not looking good. I just don't have the knack for that for a first try. So my advice is, do not take a project like this on. The marbling was easy. The cottoning was even a bit tough, but this epoxy coating is very difficult. Alright, I just haven't got the experience. And you can watch as many videos as you like. You just need to do it enough times to become a pro. But for a first attempt, I will call it okay. Give it out of 10, a 5 out of 10. Yeah. So do not try this unless you're really keen on seeing what your abilities are. So kudos to all those professional rod builders out there. You guys rock. You guys are seriously good at what you do. I've seen a lot of hooked cast and drone. Their rod building's fantastic. Sean Wilson, fantastic. But in terms of comparing this to that, this is a absolute non-comparison at all. Nothing. No, do not do this. But anyway, so you know, I've tried it once, and from my makeshift knitting assembly to my lathe conversion, so I've just got to do the end, the tail piece now. But this epoxy dries very quickly. I thought it takes longer to dry this Pretty, so I wouldn't even use this. I'm not sure what they use then. Maybe just, I don't know. I'm happy with the rod, don't get me wrong. It's just not at all on any level a professional finish. So like I say, I wouldn't tackle this again. I would rather, well, if I had money, throw at it, you know. Anyway, you got to do with everything in a budget, I suppose. You try what you can. Yeah, guys, that's it for me. When I'm done totally, I'll show you a picture and just go over it once again. But like I say, good luck to you guys if you want to give it a go. And my sympathies to you guys too. Thanks, guys. Alright, so as promised, I was going to show you the end result. There we go. Alright, so I'm pretty pleased with it. Look, it's not perfect. It's far from nice, like I say, nice from far. I need to replace the wind grip, it's a bit dirty and used. The marbling I like. Of course, this was the incorrect epoxy. I mean, this Gorilla epoxy started hardening in like 5 minutes, and this has to be turning for ages. So anyway, I didn't do much research. I just took a shot at it in the dark, and it was like a project. Kept me busy, and yeah. And so yeah, let me put a catch reel together for you. So stick around. Send me your personal catches and your videos, pictures you want me to share, and I'll leave my number over here. And remember, yeah, stay cool and have a good week. And yeah, rod building, refurbishing, not for the faint-hearted. Right, guys, catch you later. Cheers. Catch you on the next reel.
Don't feel right. I don't wanna walk around feeling like this, but it's on my mind. These thoughts can't get them off my head. I don't feel alive. Kinda had this feeling for what's been a while. I don't even know your name. It's strange that I keep you closer than my friends. Nothing in the world could ever be good again. I've been nothing but a girl who really should be nothing less. Don't mess up, and don't you tell us so how you actually feel. If you do, then they'll cut you right at the heel, and it hurts. No one can save you. It's all on your mind to change too. And baby, you can really try if you climb your way up. Do it on your own and you shit out of luck. Nobody will help if you're flying too close to the sun. 'Cause you're gonna get burned.